Yeah, today we're gonna be watching some bizlychannel. If you haven't seen this guy before, his editing is great. His videos are like so immersive and good. This is gonna be my first time reacting to him on this channel. I've only watched 2 vids, which was the Last of Us series before. And now he's gonna be talking about the Red Dead 2 serial killer, which I find really exciting. I also love Red Dead 2. I love the game so much, and I love this guy, so I think this is gonna be really fun. If you do like the video, please like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And yeah, let's get to it.
The term serial killer wasn't first used until sometime in the 1930s and only became more widely talked about in America in the early 1970s. Since then, though, it's evolved into this larger-than-life idea, walking this dangerous line between real life.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm already in love with this. Look at this. Like, I love this guy so much. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
Tragedy and fictional entertainment. People just seem to find the idea so fascinating. And by people, I mean my sister. She's always watching some kind of true crime video. The weirdest thing to me about it, though, is the fact that we only started talking about this 50 years ago. I mean, did this phenomenon just not exist before then? Maybe the fictional popularization inspired more real-life people to do these terrible things, and that's why it's only become so relevant now. But surely these kinds of people existed before the 1930s.
Oh my god.
I mean, consider that back then it would have been much easier to get away with something like this. You know, the only way you could get caught, really, is if you wanted to be found. If all you cared about was being noticed, and instead of hiding in the shadows, you put your work on display for all to behold.
Oh, wow.
This spot right here, just south of Braithwaite Manor, is one of 3 locations around Red Dead Redemption 2's map where a body has been mutilated and displayed like this. Placed here by the most notorious serial killer in Red Dead Redemption 2. And we're gonna find him, along with a couple other mysteries that I've found throughout the game. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna try and figure out how this could connect to the serial killer in GTA 5. Now, at this crime scene specifically, there's not enough information to piece together who the killer is, but there are some clues that were left behind that I tried to use to reconstruct the crime scene. This twisted, gnarled tree with branches that dig out and down into the ground like claws is nestled here at what a professional might call a 3-way intersection. Here at the end of the road, there is a pool of blood, as well as multiple hunks of dude below. I realize that doesn't sound right. Not sure what else to call it. Don't want to get demonetized. We're gonna have to get over it. The blood streaks up towards the base of the tree, indicating that something was likely pulled up this small hill. But it doesn't all move in a singular path. The splatters are inconsistent. It's me. I'm Dexter. I am the Bay Harbor Butcher. It's not lining up. There are 3 separate ones along the side of the road. The first one has kind of a clear path moving straight up towards the tree, but the other one seems to splatter outwards. Mixed in as well are these 2 rocks that have been coated in blood. It could be that he used these rocks to strike someone who was passing by, but that doesn't seem likely. This doesn't really look like a murder site. It looks like an art exhibit. Just a nasty, murdery one. I think this man was already dead when he got here. I think he was dropped onto the ground right here and dragged up towards the base of the tree where he was prepared. Up here, there's pretty much blood everywhere, and the dude baloney is plentiful. And the splatters by the side of the road, I believe, were the killer taking these pieces and tossing them down to the side of the road where they could be more easily recognized by people passing by. I mean, this isn't just a random murder. I see this as desperation to be seen. At this point, I was just wondering how nobody passing by had seen the killer setting this up. I mean, there have been a handful of people running by even just in the few minutes I've been here, but I wasn't sure exactly how many people had passed by. So, given that this is my full-time job to talk about stupid stuff in video games, I spent a full day in Red Dead just kind of chilling out right here, trying to see how many people passed by, counting them. It wasn't a real full day, though. It was just a day in Red Dead, which in real time is actually like an hour and a half maybe. So I sat there for about that long just counting how many people passed by. I wasn't sure if this was gonna yield any interesting results, but it actually was Kind of interesting to see that in the daytime, there were 23 people who passed by on this trail, most of them in groups of 2 or 3. Usually they were going pretty fast, and you can only actually see this tree if you're coming from this way. I rode by in first person each way too, just to make sure. But even still, in the 23 people that rode by, odds are at least one of them would have seen it. The interesting thing I noticed though was at nighttime, when only a single person rode by. And that was like almost in the morning light. Whoever did this came here in the night knowing they would have time to prepare this for those who would pass by. This idea is backed up by the lantern here placed at the base of the tree. You can shoot down the body, but there's nothing to be looted from it. Instead, what you can find illustrated by the path of viscera pointing you towards it. You like that? Viscera. New word. Add that one to the dictionary. I learned that word from Viscera Cleanup Detail. The game where you clean up viscera.
Oh, I've seen this game.
Which is blood. Woman. Uber Eats. Did you know there's a DLC for that game where you can clean up blood from Santa's workshop?
Oh.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I like that. Anyway, around the corner is the head of this man with a rolled up piece of paper that you can pull out of his mouth. It's just called Killer Clue Piece 1, and finding all 3 pieces should lead you to the killer, which just means we have to find the other 2 bodies in order to find it. I was really hoping I'd be able to analyze the clues at...
Dude, this is why I really like Red Dead. Cause just the fact that like most players aren't gonna see this. And like it just shows like how big the world is. I love it so much. It's one of the reasons I loved Red Dead.
These murder sites and find his location on my own without the help of the map. So I just kind of rode off into the general area hoping for any specific dialogue to the situation. Maybe anybody had seen something or heard something, but there just wasn't really much to find. I mean, some people would ride by, see the body, and then just yell, Jesus! But then they just keep riding like nothing happened. Mind your business, I respect it. There were only 2 directions that these people...
Oh my, I'm in the way, but... I get first.
We're going. This other road was pretty much untraveled. And so when I followed the road south, it diverged pretty hard and just kind of led up to the water. There was this one house that I found, but the people there seemed to have their own problems, so I just left them alone. So the only other option was to head north, which led me to the town of Rhodes, the most likely place that everyone was going to and from. I searched around town, talking to everybody, just hoping to get some unique dialogue about the body, but nobody really wanted to talk to me. I don't understand why. I'm so friendly. Have you seen a body in the woods? The only interesting thing I found was this boy in a sailor suit calling to me from this basement window.
Mister, I've been trapped down here.
Now, this is not related to the serial killer in Red Dead 2. But in my first Red Dead video, I briefly talked about this guy in the basement and said if we got 50K likes, I would go down there and figure out what his whole deal was. I held him hostage for YouTube likes. I got them. Now he's free. Mr. Beast should start holding people hostage. It's a pretty straightforward little encounter, at least on the surface. But there are some little details and things that don't line up exactly that even to this day have not been completely answered. This one's going to require a Coke Zero. She loves a Coke Zero. There's a pretty quick encounter. You run into the gunsmith's shop and you hold him at gunpoint. You say, I want to rob your basement, and then he'll take you down there. But he'll tell you about his boy who's sleeping down there.
Got my boy sleeping down there. It's such a shame to wake him.
I don't want to disturb his little boy.
You can always come back after he wakes up.
He's so worried about his little boy.
Oh, thank God.
Not a boy. That is a grown man. A random guy that this gunsmith has dressed up in a sailor's costume. You can shoot the chain to release him, but if you just like wait a couple of seconds, the guy will start like saying weird stuff or still trying to convince you that he's his son.
He was being a bad little boy, stealing candy from the store again. It's for his own good.
And like you start to wonder if he truly believes it, or if he's just a wackadoodle. Probably both.
Oh.
All right, let's get you out of there now.
Oh.
Oops.
It was a bit of blood. It was a bit of blood.
My bad. Anyway, if you shoot the chains, it'll release the man, and the gunsmith will actually start confessing and apologizing, explaining exactly why he did all of this.
I just couldn't face that he was gone. I was teaching Sammy how to hold the rifle proper out by the river.
Oh.
The recoil shot him backwards.
He slipped into the river. Water pulled him downstream so quick. It all happened so fast. I didn't know what to do.
Wait, that's sad. That's really sad. Oh.
I just miss him so much.
Oh, and that's really sad. I had no
Yeah.
idea. You know what? Let's hog tie him and bring him back. You can have him. He's all yours. I didn't realize he had a sad backstory. You should have led with the sad backstory. I would have been fine with this. There's a couple other ways this encounter can go. If you walk down into the basement and decide, I'm not touching this, you'll just leave. And if you come back at a later time, the man's gone. No explaining. Probably dead. But after you release him, you can choose to either kill or spare the gunsmith. I mean, I guess you can kill the guy who he held captive too, but why would you do that? Why would you do that? If you kill the gunsmith, you can loot this little piece of paper from him that's just called Son's Drone.
Oh no. No. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. No. Oh my god. That's so sad. Oh. I'm gonna cry.
I thought this was depicting a location that we could go and find. Like maybe we could go and find his son's body somewhere. The gunsmith said he was teaching his son how to shoot and he got blown back into the river. And the nearest river on the map is the Kamasi River. And so I just decided to roam up and down that river for like 3 to 4 hours to see if I could find anything. And I'll tell you what, found diddly squat. Not a gosh darn goddamn motherfucking thing. There's nothing. There were some locations that looked like maybe they could have been shooting a gun with their backs to the river, but none compelling enough that I truly believed that was the location where he got flung into the river. And the longer I looked, the more I started to think, why the fuck would you shoot a gun with your back towards the river and like shooting towards the path? Wouldn't you want to shoot at the river? Did he get blown back like this? And also the river isn't really moving that fast. I don't know how you could get swept away here. And you know what? Why did no one else in Rhodes notice that there was a guy locked up in a basement screaming? Or sorry, scratch that. Why was there one guy who was talking to the guy in the basement and he just walked away as he begged for help?
I don't want no trouble. No, please.
Spring out just. Hi, bro. That sounds like a you problem. Oh my god.
Don't go, please, don't go.
When I saw him down there the first time, I left him there. And then when I came back the second time, he said this to Arthur.
Yes, I'm still down here because nobody will help me.
He's right next to the road. There is no reason the sound couldn't travel from here just over to here like a couple feet, man. There's people who loiter out here all day long. They didn't hear this? Why did no one help him? And why is it that the gunsmith claims he was teaching his son how to shoot and he got swept away in the river while holding his gun? But the reward for this little quest, for freeing him, is his son's rifle. At least I think that's what it was. Might not have been. Pretty sure it was his son's rifle, though. It was down there with the rest of his weird little boy shrine. I think the gunsmith is lying about what happened to his son, either intentionally or he just remembers it. He begged for forgiveness, but only after he had been caught and his captive had been released, so he fed us the saddest story imaginable. It probably came from a real place, but I think there's a reason why the details don't all line up. I also think there's a reason that the people in town turn a blind eye. Not gonna lie, I got kind of tired of aimlessly roaming around Rhodes, so I started looking online for other things and things I might have missed that other people found. Some people were saying the gunsmith's son became the Wolfman. I didn't even know there was a Wolfman in the game, but I subscribed, man.
He's the shit is the Wolfman.
Or maybe I'll make a video about it. I don't know, maybe I won't. It just depends if it's interesting. I'll make a video on it if it's interesting. But what I actually found online was a video by The Strange Man on YouTube, where he plays multiple pieces of dialogue from the people in Rhodes, all talking about this boy, about the gunsmith's son, and claiming that they were all, in a way, responsible for his death.
I wish people stopped talking about what happened to that boy. It's done now. I don't feel no guilt on the issue.
Now, I haven't been able to recreate this dialogue. I don't know if it's been removed from the game or what. Maybe I just didn't look hard enough. I also haven't been able to figure out what actually happened to his son. Even still, I just have no idea. The river is full of...
I mean, that's kind of why you love Red Dead too, right? So it's like the mystery, and like it's immersive to show the fact there's like open stories like this to discover. Like, I like that.
so if he fell in, probably not much to find. I looked around the graveyard a little bit, and there are some tombstones with people with the same last name as the gunsmith, including this one, who I believe was the gunsmith's wife at one point, and her tombstone just reads, "She didn't suffer fools." Maybe I'm just looking into this a little too hard, or maybe there is something actually here, but I've been researching and roaming around for multiple days and just haven't found anything compelling or concrete. So I'm gonna have to leave this specific mystery here at this unsolved big red stamp. But I still wanted to include it in the video just in case any of you in the comments had figured anything out. Maybe there were some details that I glossed over, some things that I missed. I don't know. At this point, I'm just curious. I want to know if something was going on there, or if I'm just crazy. Anyway, right now we're headed up to Valentine, where we will find the second of the 3 bodies left behind by the serial. But before we get there, Papa needs some new boot money, so this video is sponsored by Dragon Traveler, a free-to-play game where love, comedy, and isekai come together. I don't watch anime. I didn't know what isekai was. I looked it up. It just means a story where the
Oh, he's pronouncing it weird. When okay, I'm isekai, right? I don't know why you say isekai, but you know what? It's fine. I'm not mad. I love this guy.
protagonist is transported to an unfamiliar world. In this case, I am the protagonist in this very unfamiliar world where sparsely clothed women want to talk to me. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't, right? Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't see my either. This guy figures out.
Dragon Traveler.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. I love this.
You can build and level up your team to battle your way through this fantasy world. It's got a full campaign, dungeons to explore, plenty of characters to choose from, and you can get all of the in-game resources just by playing the game. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is a game that appeals to a very specific kind of gamer, but if that's you,
That's not me, guys. Guys. That's not me. Why doesn't hear me?
I would go check it out. And even if not, I mean, this is not my normal kind of game, but I played it for a solid 3 hours today, and it kept me pretty entertained. And going to check out the game, just engaging with the sponsors overall goes a long way in supporting my channel. The game releases on January 13th, and if you show up on day 1, you can get 30,000 diamonds and 1,000 summons. Both good, very useful things in this game. Use my link in the description to check out Dragon Traveler.
I may be like, I don't know, a few months late to this one. I really should stop watching videos at least. I'm sorry, guys.
For yourself, support the channel, and thank you so much to Dragon Traveler for sponsoring this video. The second site looks much like the first, blood pools skewing out to the nearby path, and only a torso and arms that remain intact, tied up to the posts holding up the train track. The second map piece is once again inside the map. On the rocks over here is a new message that reads, "Look on my works."
I hate how my brain auto-focused to Ozymandias. Like, look upon my works, ye mighty understand. Dude. No. Continue.
Here's the only new piece of information we get from this kill site, but I think it's actually a big one. Now, just fair warning, I'm about to go way too deep into these 4 words here and what they could possibly mean in this context. It is probably not this deep. I'm gonna make it that deep anyway. And you know what? It's not a conspiracy theory. I'm getting the tinfoil. That looks about right. I wonder if I could like make it like a mask. Oh, it's so loud. Okay, I need to put, I can't breathe.
Yeah, be careful.
Oh,
Have no fear, citizens. Tinfoil Man is here.
he can line a baking sheet in a single bound. So, in the early 1800s, Percy Shelley authored a poem called Ozymandias, one of his most...
Okay, I was right. Oh my god, I was 100% gonna cut that out of the video because I thought I was like too like niche and cringe, but no, we're keeping it in. Come on.
most famous works. I'm gonna read that to you right now. It goes, "I met a traveler from an antique land who said, 2 vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, Half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions read, which yet survive.
You can hear the tinfoil rattling as we talk.
Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal these words appear: My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains round the decay of the colossal wreck. Boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. All right, now what did you think that meant? Quiz time, right now. Tell me. And time's up. Hope you got it right. The consequence for failing this quiz is being encased in tin foil for the rest of your life. And you don't want that. It's so loud in here. It sounds kind of like this. I don't know if this is picking up exactly.
Oh my
Now, there's only
God.
that one phrase that correlates this poem to Red Dead Redemption 2. It's those 4 words spoken onto the plaque by Ozymandias: Look on my works, ye mighty in despair. It didn't say that part. Why would they choose to have the serial killer in this game recite those same words as Ozymandias? The poem itself is about power in time. Even the man who proclaims himself King of Kings will have his legacy washed away in its sands. Is the game trying to equate this serial killer with Ozymandias? Or even further, make a comment?
Okay, I don't know how many of you are gonna get this, but you know, like the new the like Invincible season 5. Wait, for season 4, episode 5. Those you know.
Commentary on all serial killers. I'm no expert. I don't think I have to tell you that exactly. But a quick Google search will tell you that delusions of grandeur and just pure narcissism are pretty common among killers like this. It's falling apart. This thing is driving me absolutely nuts. You know what? No tinfoil for today. No tinfoil. That's evil. That's such an evil thing to put on your head. You wanna try it? I made her a little pirate hat. Ready? Gonna look awesome.
Oh.
It looks awesome. Oh, this leads me to believe that the serial killer in Red Dead Redemption 2 is no different. Obsessed with how others see him, and yet seeing himself as above them all. These sick murder displays are his statue, and like Ozymandias, they give him a sense of power now, but in time they will be lost to the sands just as he will. I do have another theory. About why they put this poem into the game and how it all connects to the serial killer in Grand Theft Auto 5. But I want to actually find the killer first and dig into a couple more of the clues before I start throwing stuff like that out there. But for now, I wandered up to Valentine to sleep through the night, planning to look for the 3rd and final clue in the morning. As I rode into town, though, I was stopped by a woman claiming she needed my help.
Hey, mister! Yeah, you! Come over here! I'm in a real bind. This fella, he's in a bad way. You gotta help me.
Okay.
Spare him, I swear.
The hell
I
is
gotta clean
this?
this room.
Oh.
Can you get rid of him, please?
So she's claiming that she killed this guy in self-defense, that he was hurting her, and this was her.
I mean, judging by how you looks like you stuff sleeping. I don't know. I don't trust that.
Only choice. It was him or her. And she needs your help getting rid of the body. And if you agree, she'll suggest that you take the body up to the pig farm, where the body will be eaten by the pigs. She suggests it awful quick, too. And in exchange, she'll give you all the money she has. Couple problems. 1, she's got no wounds. She doesn't look like she's been in a fight at all. 2, that suggestion to feed the body to the pigs, awful fast, awful specific, awful strange. And 3, if you tell her no, she'll try to kill you. So she's lying about why she killed him, but that just begs the question, what was the actual reason? Well, with my astute detective skills, I have deduced the answer.
Ooh.
And that is that she felt like it. She just really wanted to. Official quote, just cuz. Why not? I don't know, got bored. This woman is also a serial killer. A different one from the one we've been investigating so far, but a serial killer nonetheless. She lures men up to these private rooms and gets them while their pants are down. And I say serial killer even though we've only seen one body, because if you do this for her, you agree and everything like that, you can leave, come back a little bit later, and she will have done it again. And she asks you for help. Again. This time without all the gumption, though. It's pretty obvious that she's lying now.
Thank you! Quick, this way! I can't believe this happened to me again.
What are the chances? Like, shucks. Can't believe it, guys. Wait, can you believe it? I can't. This is so stupid.
What I love about this encounter so much, and a lot of the side content in Red Dead, is the multiple different ways that it can play out. You can go and tell the sheriff that she killed this man, and he'll come get her himself. You can hog tie her and take her to the sheriff yourself. You can kill her and then just go tell the sheriff, or just help her and be evil. And if you leave her alive and just let the sheriff handle it, she will eventually be hanged in the town center. And while listing out her crimes, they'll mention people that she's killed that we didn't even know about. Serial. Technically, a serial killer, just not the one we're looking for. No, the one we're looking for has left us one final piece of information in the general area around Wallace Station. This one I did have a hard time finding until nighttime. They definitely put the lanterns here so that you could find it. I would not have found this one in pretty light. This body specifically was not as artsy as the others. I don't know if my man just ran out of time or what, but he just kind of tied a rope around the rock and called it a day. It's not his finest work. It is also along the train track, so my guess would be that he's using the train to get around the map to put these bodies here. Now, before I picked up the final piece of the map, I wanted to try and deduce his location just based off of these 3 points on the map where we knew he had been. Okay, so he's got the bodies strung up here, here, and here. And each time, if he's using the train to get around, he is moving south of the station. My guess is that he's trying to move further away from where he lives each time. So that would put him about north of this line right here. And he's got to be getting onto the train somewhere. And we think he's taking these bodies onto the train with him to be prepared at other locations. And so my thought is...
Okay. TV. I like it so much. She's like, oh my god, this is like a detective show or something. I like when you like put like the locations of the map. That was really cool. I like that a lot.
Getting on at a smaller station using either big luggage or leveraging a job on the railroad even. Now there's only one place that you, the player, can get on the train above this line here, and that is in Annisburg. I went over there, I couldn't find anything, so I'm gonna assume it's actually this spot right here, an unmarked station on the map, right up around the Bacchus station in this general area. Now it could have been in Annisburg and I could have just missed it, but I'm actually going to put my firm guess right there at the Bacchus station and like in the general radius around it. And now, moment of truth, let's open up the map and see if we were right.
Oh.
Yeah, it didn't give a location on the map, so I had to go.
Wait. Dude, that's really cool, dude. It's like a code? Ooh, wait, I like this so much. I like this so much. It's like actually like solving like a mystery. Like, this is really cool. This is why I love Red Dead. Oh my god.
Look around anyway. I had another big brain idea that we could maybe use to track him. If he was taking this train track down specifically and stopping at each different station, what if we just followed the train tracks up and maybe it would take us to the general area where he was? I really thought I was being smart, and I was blown away by the fact that when you go through this little tunnel, there's like a little bit of writing on the wall. I was like, oh, for sure that's the path to him. I just got to follow the train tracks. I followed him all the way up, found a little shack with dead people in it. Was not related. I really hoped it was related. I didn't even make it up as far as Bacchus Station. I got kind of sidetracked. I went over this rickety bridge, and then boom, a big marker on the map just to the never eat soggy waffles west of Rhodes. Valentine. To the west of Valentine.
No, that's me. That's me. No, I need to do that all the time. I'm happy did never eat soggy waffles because like I found the only one that does that. Everyone else does like never eat shredded wheat. I don't like that one. I'm happy that this guy gets it. This guy gets it.
I was so wrong. I probably shouldn't have even put this in the video, but like, I was so convinced that I had it. I was like, oh my God, they should put me on a real murder case, make me a real detective. I'll find these guys. There's no stopping me. I was so wrong. And you know, I could have looked it up, right? I could have looked up the location, but that felt like cheating. Anyway, I found the exact bridge that lined up with the drawing, and I followed the path over to the destroyed cabin. I went to open up the cellar and was greeted by the sight of a vial blood-soaked ritual,
Oh.
dude baloney everywhere, and I think even some girl baloney. I apologize if I'm blurred. I'm not sure I can even show this without being demonetized. This one's gonna be a gamble. On the wall are newspaper clippings of all the bodies that have been found around the area, and I imagine the killer tacking them up on his wall is his way of taking credit for those bodies. He's got 2 letters written on his desk. One is written to the editor of the newspaper, where he basically just pretends to be a random citizen, and he's trying to explain to the editor how smart and awesome and savvy the killer is. Yeah, dude, I don't know who he is, but he's super scary and intense, and you should be scared of him. Man, he's so smart and sexy and scary. And super sexy. He's basically saying that if the newspaper doesn't acknowledge the killer's prowess, then they're all in danger. They might be next. Put lightning when I say that. Make it scarier. And there's another letter from his mother addressed to him, talking about how he's been acting strangely recently. She mentions how he chose to forego marriage in favor of spending more time with his mom. Pretty standard behavior for folks like this. Some Norman Bates style behavior. And in the back of the cellar, it's not a big space. We're prompted to inspect a knife.
Oh my god.
Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare. Who's watching Foxy? So the killer, some mama's boy named Edmund Lowry, decided to walk down Arthur Morgan. Arthur's got more bodies than this guy could ever dream of. He's just not a freak about it. I also love Arthur chucking the head at him. That's so funny. I mean, he's not hard to kill. You just beat the shit out of him. He's a flimsy little guy. Definitely creepy, though. He maintains that manic murderer energy all the way up to the end. You can choose to kill him here, or you can hog tie him and take him to the sheriff. But if you do bring him in, he will actually start to freak out the sheriff and then just go wild.
You get in that cell, come as you be.
When he goes to attack the sheriff, you have 2 options.
God.
You can shoot him and kill him right there, or just kind of hang back and let the sheriff handle it. See what happens. If you don't intervene, the sheriff will eventually just pull out a gun and shoot him. Again, he's just a flimsy little guy. He's not doing too much. So no matter what you do here, this is where Edmund Lowry dies. Solving the mystery of the serial killer in Red Dead Redemption 2. And while I couldn't track his location to save my goddamn life, I don't know why I'm so stupid. I really thought I was onto something. I feel like I got his personality.
I mean, have you tried at least try it? I mean, honestly, that's a lot of effort to, you know, actually like try and like find it based on the clues. That's good. That's impressive. I like that he done that.
Down pretty well and pretty quickly, which is much more a compliment to the environment design and details laid out through this just incredible game. Edmund Lowry is a narcissist who is dead set on being remembered, immortalized through his work. He is, in many ways, Ozymandias, but I do have a theory about how he could be more than that. I made a video recently about the Infinity Killer in GTA 5. If you haven't seen that video, you should go watch it.
I haven't seen it. Guys, I think I know what my next reaction video is going to be.
After this, because it is related. It's related because in that video, I proposed the idea that the Infinity Killer wasn't a person, but a mantle that was passed down from generation to generation. A mantle that started with Edmund Lowry in Red Dead Redemption 2. I gave a lot of reasons as to why I thought this might be the case, but the main one was the fact that in GTA Online, there was a serial killer event that took place. You find the clues, kill the guy, and you get his revolver. And if you get 50 kills with that revolver, you will unlock the same exact revolver in Red Dead, but it is renamed to Edmund Lowry's revolver, implying that this revolver was carried all the way from Edmund Lowry to the serial killer in...
Oh yeah, wait, because isn't the world between Red Dead 2 and GTA 5 like linked? I kind of the same. Because I'm pretty sure like in library in GTA 5 you could find a book written by some like J. Marson. It is Marston. Okay, yeah. Okay, how am I gonna put this in the video? But I'm pretty sure you can find the book by, like, something Marston. I think it might be J. Marston, because it might be Jack. Like, it's in the library, and, like, it kind of shows how the universes are linked. Like, I really like that theory. I found that really cool.
GTA Online. It's literally the same model and everything. My theory was that this revolver was passed down through time, and whoever held it was cursed to uphold Edmund Lowry's killing spree, eventually being coined in GTA 5 as the Infinity Killer, a killer who spans infinitely forward in time. All I really wanted to do here was expand on Edmund Lowry and try and prove, even if it's kind of a stretch that Edmund Lowry would have wanted to create this mantle intentionally. Think back to Ozymandias, the poem that was written on the rock. Yes, those messages could be interpreted as a way to understand Lowry, or even make a commentary on why his narcissistic drive to be remembered is futile. But this poem specifically was written in the early 1800s, and this game, Red Dead Redemption 2, takes place in the tail end of the 1800s. I believe that Lowry, the character, was intended to be quoting the poem, as if he himself had read it. After all, it is his writing. He was so obsessed with being remembered, but eventually he knew that time would defeat him, that he would be forgotten.
That's so cool. Oh my god, like, this is why I love Red Dead. And dude, Bisley actually does it so well. Oh my god, I love this so much. This is so good.
In the end, though, he didn't really seem to care about dying. If anything, he seemed to invite it. But maybe that's because his life specifically was never what mattered. All he cared about was that others would look on his works in despair. And creating a mantle that transcends generations was his way of doing that. There's not a lot to go off here, but honestly, I think it adds a cool layer to the idea. It does leave me with a few questions, like how does one create a serial killer mantle curse thing? Is there like a store for that? Something? Curses are us? Like, if it is true, was it intentional truly on his part? And did he mean to create the Infinity Killer through time, or did it just kind of happen that way? Another question, is he actually blood related to the serial killer in GTA 4 anyway? Because the names are very similar, and it's possible that they just did this as a nod to the other game, but it's also possible that they are blood related. We didn't see him have any partners of any kind, and he chose to forego marriage. But in the note from his mother, she talks specifically about how she hopes his choice in partners has improved in some way, meaning that he has had partners in the past of some kind. And the last question is, are these just Easter eggs, like little things we get to theorize on and look into, or are we gonna see more of this kind of stuff in GTA 6? Are we gonna see this story continued? I would love to see the story continue. Then I get to make another video. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm just some guy trying to connect the dots for a stupid YouTube video, but I am curious. It is really interesting to me. Let me know if you guys find anything else, or if there's a couple things that I missed throughout investigating this little mystery in Red Dead Redemption 2. But in the meantime, click the card right here to go and watch another one of my videos. Thank you to these people who subscribed on Patreon. I really appreciate it. I'm using your money to build a better studio here in my basement. I'm thinking about a video on GTA 4 where I talk about the serial killer, or just some stuff in GTA 4. I really think that game has like a creepy atmosphere. I think it'd make for a good video. Or I'm thinking Red Dead Redemption 2, I talk about the monsters like the Wolfman that we saw. There's also like Frankenstein and aliens in Red Dead 2. I'd love to talk about it. If you guys would be interested, let me know. I've got a few in the channel, so subscribe if you want to see any of that kind of stuff. Thank you so much for 700,000 subscribers. Absolutely insane.
Yippee. That's so good.
Thank you guys so much. But click the card. Thank you. Goodbye.
Oh, that was so good. Oh my god. Wow, okay. I love that so much. Oh my god, I love that. Oh, so good. His editing, it makes it so immersive. And I like the whole, like, solving, like, the mystery-ish. Like, that was so good. I enjoyed that so much. And I'll definitely be checking out his GTA 5 killer next. Yeah, please go check out the original video and the creator in the description. I'll link them both. And yeah, I think I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.